Today we're going to have a look at the Nanoflare 800, which is the latest racket in the Headlight series from Yonex. First things you notice about this racket when you get it into your hand is the thinness of the frame as a whole. It doesn't have the wider frame that the Nanoflare 700 had. It has a very slim shaft, has a very thin frame all around. It looks like a very thin head for aerodynamics, I guess, and the frame is very thin all the way around the head. It's got lovely cosmetics of red and yellow swirls all the way up the shaft, Nanoflare 800 written up there, and it's got the same pattern up there. The other thing that's pretty obvious when you get it in your hand is that it's a heavier racket. It is a 3U racket. It feels really heavy and solid in your hand, and hopefully that'll just give it a little bit more power than the Nanoflare 700. We won't know until we go and give it a test. Before we do go and give it a test, make sure you go onto our Facebook page and give it a like so you can keep up to date with all the latest badminton releases, and also you can go and browse our website where you can pre-order the Nanoflare 800, and you can also pre-order other exciting rackets like the Lee Chong Wei Astrox 99 that'll be out this weekend. Right, so we've both had a go with the Nanoflare 800 now, and I have to say it's so different to the Nanoflare 700 that it's a completely different racket. Don't think of it as another one in the Nanoflare series. I'd think of it as a completely different range of rackets. It's certainly a lot heavier feeling than the Nanoflare 700, a lot more powerful. It's the kind of racket that you can really put some power in. The main point of it for me was the defence. You can just get back any shot you like and it will just ping over your opponent's head with very little effort. It's almost as if the shot's there and it's already there. I love the smoothness of the overheads. The backhand clears are great. It's got a wonderful touch to it, great speed.
Yeah, so great to have a go with the new Nanoflare racket. Yes, a very different racket to the 700. Much more in common with the previous Nanoflare range, the 800, the 900, where it's a 3U racket, but with a head light to even balance, which means it is fast and manoeuvrable. You can be really quick on the drives, really quick on the defence, but you still have something which is really solid to hit with. So it generates power easily, easy to get lots of force behind those drives and lifts, which in some ways makes it a very efficient and easy to play with racket. Different to the Nanoflare 700, which is probably best for players who are really efficient players who look to place the shuttle and manoeuvre their opponent. This could be used by much more aggressive players. So I think it'll be very well supported. I think top end players will really appreciate the weight, as well as being very accessible to club players as well.
Right, so overall, we'll just compare the Nanoflare 800 to a few of the other rackets. I really like this racket. I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to restring it with some strings I'm a little bit more familiar with at perhaps a slightly lower tension, to see what I can do with it on a club night when I'm playing some doubles. As we said before, it's got a lot more power than the Nanoflare 700. This is for your very defensive player who just likes to keep the rallies going, but it's quick around the net. This is more of an all-rounder, I think, a bit more bit more of everything, a bit more weight, a bit more power. Kind of similar in feel in a way to the Astrox 99, but obviously with that different balance. How did you find it?
I think the balance, it's definitely a different racket to the Nanoflare 700. It's in a different range, much more reminiscent of the NanoRay 900. For me, I play with the Z Strike, and this racket, whilst much stiffer and maybe a little bit more unforgiving, has a similar kind of weight in the hand to this new racket. So it does make it easy to play with all round, and not a racket which is overly difficult to manoeuvre quickly, and still enough weight to give you plenty of power.
Yeah, so overall I think we're going to say it's heavy, but it's perhaps a little bit easier to get along with something like a Z Strike or a 3U Astrox 99. So it's a little bit more accessible than the real players' rackets, but it's still got that oomph that your top players are going to need.
Yeah, definitely.